Great pleasure as one of the presiding officers to actually welcome you all to Parliament House this evening. If you haven't been here before, please do return and enjoy the beautiful heritage of the building. We work very hard to protect its heritage and we're very proud of this building, so please come back sometime and have a look at the beautiful displays we have. We've actually had the Governor in this evening to open one of our art displays, and of course we're very privileged always to see our Governor, and the fact that she's a female is even better, as is with our Governor-General, of course. It's my very great pleasure, of course, to introduce you to the nominees this evening and to give you a bit of information about each of those nominees, and they'll all be joining us out the front so that you can see who they are. So, 3 organisations this evening have been selected for the organisations category of SWECO and 2 for the communities category. They're all winners, of course, but their rankings of gold, silver or bronze in each category will be revealed shortly. The winners will all be receiving a trophy certificate and prize money. Gold winners will receive $600, the silver winners will receive $450 and the bronze $350. So, the selected nominees in the organisations category of SWECO are the Women's Legal Service Tasmania. Women's Legal Service Tasmania provides free confidential legal advice to women in all areas of Tasmania, including some representation and casework, as well as referral to legal services and lawyers or appropriate support services. WLS noticed that women in the 14 to 24 age group were less likely to pick up the phone to call for advice, even though the legal issues were a comprehensive legal resource available in Tasmania or Australia. To address this need, in 2013, Women's Legal Service Tasmania launched Girls Gotta Know, an interactive mobile website, app and an Australian first for the delivery of legal information and resources, as well as links, contacts, and Australian first for the delivery of legal information and resources, as well as links and contacts, as I said. Women can access this resource anonymously and find out about sensitive Legal Service Tasmania. Thank you for coming all this way from Tasmania. It's a delight to see you. So you're going to have to stand up the front there.
I'd love to be.
Yes, I'm sure you will. But you'll be joined by the others shortly. So the next nominee is Raise Foundation. Raise Foundation is a registered Australian charity in Sydney that supports young people who are facing profound challenges in their lives, including mental health, substance misuse and sexual health issues, by providing school and community-based mentoring programs and personal development workshops. In particular, Raise Foundation's BUMP program for young mums brings together across the generations, challenges stereotypes, empowers with education and inspires girls to be the best women they can be. Run in partnership with the Northern Sydney Institute of TAFE, engages young pregnant and parenting girls with education and builds a comprehensive support network around them. Young mums aged between 13 and 23 connect weekly with an experienced woman who are their mentors and program counsellors. Together they attend 10 monthly workshops which develop health and wellbeing strategies and inspire the renewed ability to focus on aspirations. The girls graduate with the TAFE Certificate 1 qualification and a wealth of knowledge and experience for themselves and their children, hence breaking the cycle of social, economic and emotional disadvantage. Over the past 5 years, on a shoestring budget with no recurrent or government funding, Raise Foundation has supported 255 young mums to graduate from the BUMP program across Sydney and Melbourne. They are girls who now understand that their journey may have been different to other women, but their destination can still be the same. Please join me in congratulating Raise Foundation. Committed to improving the health, safety and wellbeing of women residing in the 12 local government areas in the Golden Valley and North East Victoria. They were the first women's health service in Australia to develop a specific no-interest loan scheme specifically for disadvantaged women exiting family violence. These loans have contributed to the economic security of 180 women and 400 children over the last 5 years. In 2009, WHG&E piloted the Common Sense program. It offered financially disadvantaged women an opportunity to receive mentoring aimed at improving financial competencies. This was followed by 2011 Tools for Change, Women and Financial Capability project, which through mentoring trialled a new way to support women to regain their financial confidence and capability and reduce their financial dependence on abusive ex-partners. In 2013, resources were developed under the Keep Your Boat Afloat, which continued to raise awareness of financial abuse and provided women leaving family violence situations with tools to re-establish financial independence. WHGNEs also provide training for financial and community workers so that they develop the knowledge and skills to identify family violence, including financial abuse, and to provide client referrals where appropriate. Although recent significant funding cuts has jeopardised this work, WHGNE is committed to supporting projects and research that address the structural barriers preventing women's equitable economic participation and independence. Please join me in congratulating Women's Health Boulder North East. They are Nasiba Akram. In 1979, when Afghanistan was occupied by the Soviet Union and the war was causing the death and displacement of millions of Afghans, Nasiba Akram fled the calamity of this war, but never forgot the pain and suffering of those who she left behind. Motivated to rescue her people out of their misery, when she became an Australian citizen in 1982, she started to support the refugees in the camps of Pakistan and some in India. She engaged actively in sponsoring the women in camps who were in immediate risk and persuaded women and men of the Afghani community in Australia to support and sponsor the ones and work herself. Nasiba succeeded in bringing to Australia 210 individuals. To support them in her own home, she worked full-time and part-time. Her last successful application for a family of 4 was lodged in 2007. Through this period, to maintain harmony in a newly emerging Afghan community that was feeling the ramifications of displacement, she broadcast 2 language programs in SBS radio to guide, inform and educate the community on issues of domestic violence. With changes to the offshore humanitarian program and with the arrival of the coalition forces in Afghanistan, Nasiba Akram is now focusing on education within war-torn Afghanistan with the aim to build schools and libraries in different parts of the country. Stand by the Jewish Task Force Against Family Violence in Victoria is an educational resource that provides culturally appropriate and sensitive ways for the clergy and professionals to respond to disclosures of family violence, abuse and sexual assault. It has been written within a rabbinic context with sensitivity to religious and spiritual issues, explaining the complexity from a woman's perspective. A first of its kind in the world, produced in consultation with the Rabbinic Council of Victoria, this book builds capacity for spiritual leadership in clergy, professionals, teachers and principals to whom women turn for safe disclosure. Too much talking today. It's part of a toolkit. It is part of a toolkit with a series of professional development training courses offered by JTAFV to empower these authority figures to best support women and families experiencing domestic violence and the related issues. JTAFV also provides mainstream service providers like Family Life, Victoria Police and the Salvation Army cultural and religious sensitivity training to best support their Jewish clients and all women in need. The resource book is being used by police, libraries, police chaplains, rabbis, social workers, principals and teachers across Australia, England, Canada, the USA and South Africa. JTAFV is hoping to work with COL communities to adapt the book for use in Muslim, Indian and Anglican worlds to empower women experiencing family violence and abuse. Please join me in congratulating the Jewish Task Force Against Family Violence.